All right, so you're probably wondering why you can only see half of my head. Mostly just because I wanted to show you the branches up here. Yeah, right about there. And over here too. Had a pretty good windstorm slash mini blizzard Friday the 13th. Ironic. Busted some limbs out. You might hear a chainsaw in the background. Somebody else must have lost limbs too because they're out cutting them up. But here we are. Sun is shining. It's back up to about 50 degrees today. Girls are out flying. Everything's looking pretty good. This little video is really just gonna kind of be a little recap of last week. Finished my vacation in New Orleans. I got to go up to St. Joseph's Abbey where Mr. Ed has his channel. And if you guys haven't seen Mr. Ed's channel, I'll leave a link at the bottom. You definitely should check him out. He's pretty funny and he's got great cutouts. I sent a message to Dirt Rooster when I was down there as well, but he was on vacation as well with his family, so I didn't get to see him. But that's pretty much what this video is just me getting to go to the Abbey and meeting Mr. Ed and him giving me a tour of the place. So thanks for stopping by, checking things out, and we'll catch up at the end of this video. I am in St. Joseph's Abbey Seminary today, home of Mr. Ed's bees. I am hoping to get to see Mr. Ed today. He did text me and gave me the address to get here, so I'm hoping that I will see him. So this is a real treat. I've been following Mr. Ed for quite some time. It'd be really a hoot if Dirt Rooster happened to pop in at the same time. Probably won't happen. I'm certainly hoping to see Mr. Ed, so stick with me, we'll see how things go. No sign of Mr. Ed yet, but I think I have eyes on a couple of the hives. Oh my goodness, they are out in force today. Look at those girls flying. I made it. I found him. I found him. He's here.
He did. All by himself. Found him wandering around. He was lost.
I was wandering aimlessly. Mr. Ed saved me.
I said, hey, are you Larry?
So we found it. We found the St. Joseph's Abbey. It is beautiful here. And this is Mr. Ed. If you have not been to
Mr. Ed here.
If you have not been to Mr. Ed's channel, I highly recommend you check him out. One of my favorite YouTube folks. So there we go. And we're going to just do a quick tour. Mr. Ed's going to show us around, and we'll see where we go from there. Thanks, Mr. Ed.
You're welcome. So what's going to happen with these guys is that all these are going to become my brood boxes.
Okay, and they're already drawn. It's all drawn
already.
code. Okay.
Yeah. So what happens when I do a split? So I just move one box off the other box, and then I take these boxes that have drawn out comb on them. Some of them are old brood boxes, but these are all honey boxes. And when I do this split, I put 2 boxes on right away.
So you don't wait for them to fill one, you just put 2 on immediately?
Oh yeah, because the old queen, she is going to be a laying thing.
Okay.
And then, so the old queens, that colony is going to blow up.
That's awesome.
The other one, they're gonna fill all that stuff up with honey.
Nice.
Because they don't have a laying queen yet.
Are you using a queen excluder or no queen excluder? So you don't even mess with it?
No, because since I run all deeps.
Yeah.
Then even my honey super, which is my third one, even if she does get up in there lay, I just take the frames that she's laid in, go down to the second box, and the outside ones
Okay.
are going to be capped, and I'll just
Okay.
swap up brood for honey.
That's awesome. Right
And
on.
it's not, because I did a video on that, as to why I don't use the excluders.
The excluder, sure.
Because the numbers don't warrant it.
Okay.
The number of it's like less than 1% of my harvest was not usable because of
brood. That's it.
So why am I going to
Wow.
go through all that trouble, aggravation of putting an excluder in there for 1%?
That's fair.
The numbers don't warrant it. For
Nice.
me. And I don't remember the numbers exactly, but either that or they're not getting because this hive is a struggling hive. No, it's not. Look.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, so they're not getting robbed. That's orientation.
That is awesome.
And this is a cutout hive. I can't remember which one it is. I don't. Just walk around.
Okay.
So these
Oh,
are
look at those girls.
those bees on that hive, on the external hive.
That is awesome. Are you making these little viewing windows?
I don't make them, but
No.
somebody does.
Okay.
I mean, I could make these.
You make all the boxes here, though, correct?
Yeah,
All your
I don't
hives?
have time to do all this. I mean, it's nice. It's a really good. It's a good deal. I like this.
That's very cool. Yeah.
That's those bees.
Is
right
it
there.
really?
Yeah, that's those bees.
No kidding. They are just out in front. It is so
that's
warm here.
orientation.
Yeah.
So, and you can see the ones coming in with pollen.
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, they're loaded actually.
They're just
getting
like
full.
gangbusters.
Yeah.
So you see, they cut the rubber bands.
Yeah.
That you.
Oh,
they'll
for the
drag 'em
reducer.
out.
Okay.
No.
No?
They with the comb when I do a cutout.
Okay.
And that frame,
Oh,
the
yeah,
comb
yeah,
that I
yeah.
frame up.
Yeah.
So I use rubber bands. They cut it
Okay.
and drag it out.
That's-
So I don't remember where those bees, but I know that hive right there, that came from Mississippi, where it was Charlie, me, and Wreck-It Ralph.
Okay.
It was in a sunroom.
Oh, okay.
And it was in the Carsby Arboretum, that house. It was a great cutout. And those bees, they're taking off now. They're finally taking off.
Yeah, they look great.
They've been in there for a while.
Okay.
But so I can.
So not
this
all
is-
the bees are kept on the Abbey.
Oh no,
Okay.
no. We have only half of them here.
Okay.
The other half are all over
That's awesome.
St. Tammany. So
Okay.
we have the furthest one from here is about 15 miles.
Okay.
But we go 30 miles from the. So
Well-
I mean, it's a 30-mile radius
Okay.
from the Abbey
That's-
is where I travel.
That's
And
fantastic.
it's a big circle.
Yeah.
We have 8 different yards.
Wow. Okay.
So we don't. I don't keep since the flood. I don't keep all the hives at the Abbey.
That's fair. That makes sense.
And that's really the other reason why I move bees out.
Sure.
'Cause if you get one yard wipe out, well, you don't.
You
wipe
lose everything.
out.
Yep, that's fair. Right on.
So we'll go in the field. So we did a couple of splits in this yard, and so I know there's 2 hives. That one with the stick on it right there.
Oh, sure.
And that one down there. Those I got. I'm sure I'll open them up, and there's going to be queen cells in them, swarm cells in them. And that first one is a dead out. So the dead outs I just use, since they've got all the drawn comb. When I do a split, when I do one of these splits, I just take that drawn comb and stick it on a box, and I'm finished. I do the cutout, cut the cell out, put it in there. In
That's
fact, I'll be
amazing.
posting a video on that the week after next.
Okay.
We did one of those splits, and the cell that I was taking out, the queen was coming out, so I just took her and I just dropped her right into the.
No kidding.
Yeah, so we got all that on video.
That's
I
amazing.
shoot a lot of video.
Sure, sure.
I mean, who would want to see their bees
Oh,
like this?
I know it's just they're gorgeous, so awesome. Look at these girls. It is so warm here. Just for the record, it's 27 degrees back home. So this is amazing.
Montana? Is that
We're right on the Washington-Idaho border. So my channel, I say Palouse, Washington, but we're really southern Spokane. So we're real close to the Idaho border.
Wow. Yeah, so like if you were further west, you wouldn't be so cold.
Right. And south. We were further west, or
And
yeah,
south.
yeah,
West and south.
yeah.
So these hives right here and that one right there, they're gonna get moved. They can't. I don't want to keep them out in this. These are my splits from last year. I
Okay.
had so many hives out here, and I was so lazy. I just threw them out in the yard. I didn't put anything under them. And
Does it get wet in here, or does it stay
No,
pretty?
no.
Not bad.
well, now right here, 4 years ago, the water
It
was
was that deep.
almost 5 feet right here.
Holy
It
smokes!
was there was nothing in here.
Wow.
It was all gone.
This is the. I think I remember this field. Didn't you find some boxes
Yeah,
back in
up
back in
the
there?
woods is-
Yeah.
Because the ditch is right beyond those,
Okay.
those trees right in there.
Wow.
So this one right here, I mean, almost all of these boxes have got probably 15 to 20,000 bees in them.
No kidding.
So all it is right now is, here we're in their flight.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just waiting for them to start building out cells.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing. So I waited, it's 10 days. I need to go back in there to see if any of them have drawn them out.
Sure.
So 10 days, I got that window. I'm real sure that I'm not going to have. When I went in last time, there were cups,
Okay.
but there were nothing in it. No royal jelly. They were just cups.
Okay.
So 10 days, yeah, I'm good. But so if I go in this time and the cups are drawn out and there's nothing in it, well then I'll have less time.
Sure.
But you just adjust to it. You just adjust to it.
How long is your window for actually getting nectar and getting the bees and?
So it begins at middle of May
Okay.
with when the period. So all this let's see. This bush that's hanging out, that's prim right
Okay.
there. This is middle of May.
Oh, okay.
Right, this bush right here. This is in the Ligustrum family.
Sure.
So look, see the buds?
Oh yeah.
So they're not far. You know, we're middle of March. Yeah, so 3 weeks, these guys are going to start blooming.
Okay.
In 3 weeks. So in 3 weeks, I want my splits over with.
Sure.
Because I want the bees feeding on this stuff.
Yeah.
So if I'm far enough along, there's a real good possibility I could take privet honey.
Oh, okay.
But generally that's how they get started, and then when this stuff stops blooming, then the next one is this right here, this tree right here.
Yeah.
That's tallow, and that's the primary.
Oh, okay.
That's primary. So this is really where our honey is tallow honey.
Oh, no kidding.
And
Okay.
I mean, that stuff, whew, it's a real light honey. It's sweet. I'm not all that crazy about it. It's all right. All right.
My first harvest last year was black locust honey.
Oh, no
And it was
kidding.
almost clear. It was almost like water. It was so clear. It was beautiful. It was just the slightest little tint to it, but it was
Black locust is called Gleditsia tricanthus.
okay.
That's the name of it.
Okay.
Because of the thorns.
Yeah. It was just beautiful, and it was so floral.
And it was good tasting.
It was so good. Yeah.
No kid.
It was amazing.
It was real thick.
It was actually really thin. My spring honey was thin. It was still under 18%, right at 18%, but my fall honey was super dark, and it was a lot thicker. It was down to about 14.5%, 15%. So funny how different everything was from spring to fall.
And your spring honey was capped
Yeah. Oh yeah.
at 18%, and they capped it.
Yep. It was about, I had some, it varied. It averaged out about 18, but it was about between 16.5 and 18,
Yeah.
18.5, somewhere in there. But
Do you dry it, Andy?
I don't have any of that. No, I don't have a dryer. I don't even have a spinner yet. I'm still doing everything. And
I would be concerned of fermentation if it's above 7.
Well, and I did do I've got my hydrometer, so I was checking everything, and everything's been viable. It's been really good. Haven't had any issues with that.
How much honey did you harvest?
About 110 pounds.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty good out of two hives.
Saturday, we went through them and cleaned them all out. So I've got. So these boxes are all empty. These guys are ready to have new frames dropped into them. And so these are the frames that I'm not going to fool with because they're too much wax on. So I'll give these frames away.
Oh, I see.
And those frames I'll use for my cutouts.
Okay. It
And
smells so good in here.
it has like a sour 3 years. And they died last year.
No kidding. I remember when you put this one in.
And so, but the comb is in really good shape in here.
Yeah, so they made...
Look at it. It's in really good shape. So I'm hoping to get a swarm in there. They're gonna go right here.
Okay.
I've got room to do all my splits from the dead outs.
How many are you going to add, do you think?
We'll probably add, I'll probably, out of the 150 hives, I'll probably make 125 splits.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I've probably done 30 of them already.
Already?
So, but those are only in the out yards.
Sure.
I still haven't done any here.
Here, yeah.
I started in the back. I knew a guy that had bees, and I went over to his house. I said, you know what, I'm gonna get bees when I move across the lake, and I did. And that was in 1978.
No kidding. So you've been keeping bees since 1978?
Yeah, but I've been keeping bees, but I really wasn't a beekeeper. I just had bees in the yard.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I ever harvest any honey from them.
Okay.
And then I would give them away and get more and give away, and then really was probably about 15 years ago I started a little bit with Ernest, and I started learning about
Yeah.
it. And then so about 10 years ago is when I really
dove in.
So I started learning the science of growing bees.
Sure.
And splits, and then I started watching JP.
Oh, yeah.
Because I said, man, that is so cool to get bees, and you don't have to pay for them.
Right.
I'm all about cheap. and there's privet up in here. This is in tallow. Can you smell that? This is privet right here. But you saw the stuff that had little blooms on.
Yeah.
The beginnings of.
And you said that was tallow?
No, that's this is tallow. Is these naked trees right here?
Oh, these ones, the tall ones up
yeah,
here. Okay.
That's tallow.
Okay.
And that is the primary nectar tree right there.
Okay.
That one right there. Crepe myrtles are great for bees as well. I think I have one bed out over here.
Do you?
And they were starve outs.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. That's how they'll die out right now, is starving out. If they didn't have enough sense to get enough food, I don't feel sorry for them.
So you don't do any feeding? You don't put any?
Only feed I do is the cutouts.
Okay.
Everybody else are on their own.
Do you get much robbing between them when the dirt, when
Sometimes,
you're? Yeah.
Sometimes. So what I've gone to really reduce that, see all the orientation?
Yeah.
Is you can see my change in opening sizes. So that's my favorite one. The second one with the two little ones.
Oh, yeah.
And then that's the other one. It's almost about the same space.
Right. But it's right in the center.
In one center.
Okay.
And those are the plastic boards I made. I don't know, last year.
Okay.
Year before.
Okay.
And I did that, but I'm gonna make another at least 50 more of those type right there, because those anybody can make those. If you have a table saw.
Yeah.
And a dado blade, you can make those.
That's all you need.
But
Are you going solid bottom boards? Or?
No, they're screened.
Yeah, they are screened.
Everything is screened.
Oh, good.
I don't run solid boards on anything.
Good.
Even though I say that, and that's a solid bottom on that. That was an old one.
That's fair.
I know that was a swarm I caught 2 years ago.
Oh, is it really?
In a trap.
Sorry, girl. Not trying to make you mad.
Yeah, they're active right now, so I just don't walk in front of
Sure.
them. And these bees right here their lineage goes all the way back to the first bees that we bought at the Abbey. That hive made it through the flood.
Really?
In that it stayed right there, and that was the only one that was left on its stand,
Yeah.
and the bees had all
Moved to the
migrated
top.
up to the top.
And they survived.
And they did.
Wow.
And then I split it. So this is like, well, I mean, that's 4 years. And
Sure.
so it's that line goes all the way back to 7 years, those bees. And they're Canolians. So,
Okay, okay.
'cause I bought them as a package. No, we tied last year. I beat him the last 2 years. Right now we're tied. We both got 2. So Jackie, y'all missed the honey test. You want to taste some honey?
Sure.
Yeah, that's on our CNC.
Okay.
He'll take a.
Well, as you can see, my video abruptly ended. I didn't get my closing remarks with Mr. Ed. We had a great time. It was so much fun. He was a gracious host. Gave us the entire tour of the Abbey grounds, and got some honey from the gift shop and an extra jar. It was fantastic. We had so much fun. Mr. Ed was a blast. He was a wealth of information. It was really a joy to be able to get to visit. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a blast making it. Sorry it's taken so long to get videos out. But now with everything going on, I've got a little bit more time on my hands for the next couple of weeks. So hopefully I can get some more videos out. The plan is to get in the hives this week. Mostly just they are bringing pollen in like crazy, and I don't know where they're bringing it from. I'm not upset by it, but I've got some white pollen coming in and some off yellow pollen coming in, but they're loaded on it, so it makes me think that my queens might be laying already, even though we just had that cold snap. So I'm going to get into it this week, check and see if I've got any new eggs in there, which will be super exciting. See what the frames look like as far as stores go, and if I need to, I'll get some syrup on them. I had 2 full boxes of honey, and with as warm as this winter's been, they have legitimately gone through their honey. So may have to syrup up before the spring nectar kicks in. So we'll see. Hopefully I'll bring you along on that adventure this week, and we'll see how everything looks. Thanks so much for joining me. Appreciate it. Keep on watching and be good to each other.